Hi, everyone. Allow me first to introduce myself. My name is Kino, and I'm an educator and a GEG leader as well in the Philippines. And I'll be your moderator in today's session. So, first of all, thank you for being here and thank you for taking the time to be with us in this session, developing students' awareness in building a community. Our speaker is a senior high school teacher of St. Pedro Poveda College, Philippines. Okay, he has been there for 15 years now, and that is how loyal he is to the institution and to the teaching vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Mr. Jan Gary Garcia, or Gary for short. Hi, Gary.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My topic for today is developing students' awareness in building a community. My topic seems so broad and ambitious, but don't worry. I'll narrow it down to three main points, three figures for you to easily remember them. First is $20, next is $1,500, and third is one. Again, 20, 1,500, and one. First point, $20, that's how much it costs for me and my family to be able to go out on our weekly eat out and have a decent meal. Decent usually means fast food, burger, fries, or pizza. Should you think that we do this as a weekly thing? We don't. It all depends on how much we have extra after all the bills have been paid. Can you call that an extravagance? I won't. For those eat-outs are few and far in between. On the way to the restaurant, on those eat-outs, we usually see vendors selling their goods outside the public market. Temperature in the Philippines usually soar up to 40 degrees because of the uh, heat index and the humidity factor. You get what I mean. And these people suffer from the heat outside just to earn a few peso. And I, inside the comfort of our own car, cringe. Suddenly, I felt guilty all over again. I am on my way to eat a meal that I could have eaten at home. Which brings me to ask myself, should I have stayed at home? Elizabeth Ann Seton once said, live simply that others might simply live. Our school piloted a program called Balaban. It is a Filipino term that means to affect or to be affected. It is a community-based learning exposure for senior high school students, which aims to make them aware of the realities beyond the confines of their privileged world. This program also lessens the feeling of helplessness that I feel whenever I see street vendors who every day choose to earn money the honest and hard way. That brings me to my second point, $1,500. That is the cost of the cheapest ticket at the MGM Grand Arena last May 2015. I saw famous Hollywood celebrities at the front row watching what is dubbed as Fight of the Century. No surprise there, because they earn a lot. Celebrities earn millions. $1,500 must mean nothing to them, just a loose change. After the shot of the Hollywood celebrities, the camera panned to other people watching, who I saw next surprised and suddenly. Filipino politicians enjoying the same proceeds as the Hollywood celebrities. How can they? I don't even know how much they had to shell out for fare, accommodation, not to mention the tickets. For sure, what they spent would feed and clothe numerous families for weeks. Again, how can they? $1,500 roughly is 66,000 pesos. But that is the cheapest ticket. $7,500 is equal to 330,000 pesos. A decent meal in the Philippines costs 80 to 100 peso or roughly $2.50. So the 330,000 could go a long way. Pardon me, but those pesos could have been spent in a better way. This mindless spending in the means of the need of many is a mindset that I try to change in my students. I hope this apathy eventually turn into empathy towards their less fortunate fellow man. I hope that they think of more responsible ways of spending their riches, that they realize how much they can affect change just by being mindful and making sure that they feel a certain kind of responsibility to make changes in their lifestyle with the welfare of others in mind. To bring them to the level wherein they can experience and get first-hand glimpse of how people suffer because of want, and for them to realize how they can ease others' suffering simply through more conscious decisions they make regarding how they spend their money. As I have mentioned in my previous point in our school, we have started the program Balaban. And in this program, partner with the marginalized community together with the teachers and local government units. They visit their homes and get to know the people and how they live their daily lives. They are to make almost a dozen visits to the community. Afterwards, the students are to make a proposal of a project that could somehow make lives for the people in the community a little better. These projects can aims to affect a long-term change in the community. To be able to plan on these projects that would be implemented in the community, each group of students must regularly compare notes, brainstorm, research, and consult with one another. You might ask, what is the role of the technology in this big undertaking? My answer would be very, very big. This part is where the subject that I teach, ICT, comes in. My initial requirement for them at the beginning of the school year is to have a Google account. What for? Using technology through these free Google apps that we are able to collaborate and work together without limits of time and place. Technology affords us faster ways of communicating and, more importantly, of collaborating. As Lord Putman said in his keynote at the beginning of this conference, collaboration. He emphasized that. Reaching the ideas and making these ideas concrete and doable and practical. You would be amazed at the wealth of ideas the young generation have. Sometimes putting together those ideas make me sit up and marvel at how creativity coupled with information we have in our fingertips as infinite allows us infinite possibilities. And what if we make these possibilities work for the betterment of a common cause? Would not that be amazing? And isn't that supposed to be the goal of modern technology? To link us all so we can serve all. Because of collaboration, we are able to implement these projects in our adopted communities. Job fairs, medical and dental mission, and seminars on entrepreneurial skills. As an educator, it is my fervent wish that more than the short-term solution, we can someday arrive at a more sustainable means of livelihood for those in the communities. As our patron saint once said, you don't have to be rich in order to give. You just have to be good. Because a good person has always something to give. My third point, my third and last point is number one. Mother Teresa once said, if you can't feed 100, 100 people, then just feed one. Efren Peña Florida was chosen by CNN as Hero of the Year. In the Philippines, there are a lot of street children unable to go to school. Efren brought the school to the children through his project Kariton on Wheels. He and his team could conduct classes in unusual places like cemeteries, under bridges, and abandoned structure. This, he and his team does without any financial gain. Efren is a Filipino who remains a great inspiration to me in my vocation. As a teacher in a third world country, I don't earn a lot. Sometimes I am tempted to apply for a teaching position abroad, dreaming of a better future for me and my family. Thinking of Efren and other faceless teachers who choose to stay here in our country makes me pause and gives me a reason to try to remember why I am in the teaching profession. The world is one big community. Whatever you do to one affects everyone and affects not only the person's now, but the person's future as well. No matter where you are in your little corner of the world, you are doing your share of improving the lives of the people you encounter. Then you have contributed to the betterment of the community. I'll leave you with this powerful quote from Russian author Leo Tolstoy. My piece of bread will only belongs to me when I know that no one starves while I eat. Thank you and good morning. So, good morning everyone.
Thank you very much, Gary.
So, do you have any question? Do we have questions here at the bottom of the screen?
Yes. So you could now type your questions below if you have some questions, so we could be able to give a response to your queries. So if not, Gary, I have a little question for you. Would be good.
Okay.
So what are the
Okay.
constraints? What are the constraints that you experienced during the implementation of your project, Balaban?
Okay, that's a good question. But basically, the constraint is the weather, because before we go out, we have to ask permission from the students. We have to uh, we have to have consent from them, because if not, we will be sued. It will be a big problem. But most of the time, 99% of the students join. So the only restraint that we have is that if the weather is not cooperating, we have to cancel our visit to the community. So that's
Okay, and
one major concern, the security.
one more question, Gary.
Yeah.
Okay, how does technology contributed in the success of your project?
Oh, it's really very big. As I mentioned earlier, um, instead of meeting the students, it's a group work.
So it's really more of a collaboration
Wait.
with students. Yes.
Okay, wait. Basically, the technology plays a big role because we are not limited to the we're not limited to the the classroom. We are not limited to the time that we have for the ICT classes. They can do that outside the classroom. So using the Google Apps, especially when they document things, when they collaborate, they use Google Docs. And to present it to their teachers in other subject area, they make use of slides, they make use of Google Sites. So it plays a big role. Technology plays a big role in the process. Okay.
Okay.
I'm browsing. Yes, please.
So I believe many people now could be able to watch our conversation, our video after this, right? So any
Yes,
suggestion you
yes.
could be able to give Any suggestion you could be able to give them? For example, they're also planning to do the same project as yours.
Oh, suggestion. Basically, be be open to the possibilities that your students can suggest because they have lots of great ideas. Also, it's better that you work with the local government units or the NGOs so they can assist you. And since the school is a Catholic school, we collaborate also with the parish priest. So we go to the parish and we ask them what can we do. So we collaborate with the government officials, the NGOs, the non-government government organization, parish priest. So basically, these three key person will help a lot in doing such project.
Okay, so maybe Gary, just last words for our possible viewers who could be able to view us after our conversation this morning.
Wait, I can see some. Yeah, okay. That's. I thought it was not yet answered, but it was already answered. Again, Kino, what's your question again? Last
Just
words.
last words for our possible viewers.
Okay. Technology is amazing. As I mentioned earlier, that it has the big potential of showing us what it can do for us for the good, and that's the role basically of technology. As I mentioned, um, it can give you a lot of information. So as we all know in the movie Spider-Man, with great responsibility. So let's make use of this power in our fingertips to make a positive change in the community.
Okay, thank you very much, Gary, and I really salute you, guys. Yes, for that novel project of yours. So, guys, if in the future you want to ask Gary about, you may send him on his email, jgarygarcia@gmail.com. So once again, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you guys have learned a lot from Gary. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Okay. Okay. Wait. I can see one more question from Paul as a Google teacher here in the Philippines. Any idea on what Google has in store for us when it comes to building communities? Oh, it's a good question, but I will pose it to them because right now I am limited to the Google apps they gave to the educational community because the Google apps are given for free, which everyone can use. Okay. Here's another question from Marcelo. What what impact of the technology and the access to connectivity to the kids' awareness as a community? Um, Number one, as I mentioned in my presentation, our students are really confined. These students are privileged one. When we expose them to the community, they can see they saw this thing in the news, but when they have the first hand glimpse of this thing, it gives them some awareness. Oh, I should be more responsible on how I spend my money. This is the kind of simple things that I can do or we can do in in with the project to take effect to the students to have this kind of effect to the students. I hope that I answer your question. That's from Marcelo. Okay,
Thank you very much.
another one from Luis. Wait, I can see more question.
Okay,
Uh, from Luis Hernandez. We still have around 10 minutes. We
okay.
have question from Luis. How involved is the government on this and how important is the government? They are very important because number one concern of the school is the security of our students. So we will not go there without talking to the government because primary concern of the school is the safety of the students because we are exposing them to the real world, the slum area. So we have no control of it. So what we can do is to to ask help from them to facilitate the logistics, basically the logistics, and the rest is the activities, the interaction is conducted by the teachers, with the students, with the teachers. Yeah. I think if we don't have more question, that would be it. Because these are just some of the questions I saw from the post. You know.
Okay. So if in the
Thank you,
future you
Kino.
want, okay, thank you very much, Gary. You have give a lot of insights to our viewers right now. So if in the future you want to ask Gary about, you may send him a line at jgarygarcia@gmail.com. Okay. So once again, thank you very
Yes.
much, Gary.
Yes, I see a lot of Filipinos right now. Paul, I'll keep in touch with you. Please keep in touch. I have my email address, I have my Twitter handle, and
Yes.
my Google Plus handle. You can Google us. Okay. So for now, thank you, Kino. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
very much,
everything.
Gary. Okay.
Okay.
All our viewers, thank
Bye.
you very much. Enjoying. Bye.